Welcome to Olympian Cares, giving you the best in water testing and analysis. Today we're looking at the Department of Health, New York State, and how to test your well and protect your family's water. So if you're in a rural area, if you're in something like Staten Island or Long Island, this is something to keep in mind. So you can test your well and take these steps to make sure the water from your private well is suitable for drinking, preparing food, and all households. See, the big cities have filtration systems. Private wells do not. So you need to make sure you take these steps to keep your family safe and everybody else safe as well. So germs and chemicals can enter your drinking water from runoff, natural changes, and the use of contaminated water for drinking or preparing food can make you and your family and your pets sick. And this is especially bad for babies, children, and pregnant women, older adults, and people with health conditions, people who are immunocompromised. So what are some tips to protect your family's water if you have a well? Test your well water at least once a year for bacteria and other contaminants every 3 to 5 years. Test your water for E. coli and coliform bacteria after you disinfect or flush your well, or perform maintenance on your system to make sure the problems are addressed. Regularly check and maintain the well, system components, and the area surrounding the well. Test your water if you notice changes in how your water looks, smells, tastes after floods, changes in the land, or concerns about local contaminants. If you suspect your well could be contaminated by gasoline, heating oil, or chemicals, you need to contact your health department and your DEC spill hotline. And they have the number here to do that. And you need to keep records of maintenance activities and water testing. Contact your health department for advice on maintaining, testing, disinfecting, and flushing your well. And you can also take steps to get connected to a public water system if you have the opportunity. And public water is the best option for household water because it's regularly monitored and managed by a certified water operator. So you can regularly test your water, but what are some things you can test for, and how often do you do that? So testing your drinking water is the only way to make sure your water remains suitable for household uses. And you can do that yourself, definitely, with test home kits, but to make sure for all of these different contaminants that there's no problems, especially for young children or adults or people who are immunocompromised, it's always a good idea to get it professionally tested and analyzed. So if you're in a rural area like Staten Island, this is something to consider. And the best time to test your water is late summer, late spring, or early summer. And what are some things to test for? You can test for E. coli and coliform bacteria each year, lead every 3 to 5 years, nitrate and nitrate every 3 to 5 years, arsenic every 3 to 5 years, sodium every 3 to 5 years, iron and manganese every 3 to 5 years, turbidity every 3 to 5 years, pH every 3 to 5 years, hardness every 3 to 5 years, and alkalinity every 3 to 5 years. And you can also consider testing if you notice changes in how your water looks, the smell, or the taste. Although keep in mind, these can be in your water without any change in smell and taste or texture. And there are changes in your household family. Maybe there's pregnancy, new babies, or someone's overall health. So there's a life change where someone's vulnerable. That's a huge reason to have your water professionally analyzed and tested. You or your healthcare provider suspect your drinking water could have symptoms related to the different things. So if you have E. coli and you're having intestinal problems, that's something to take a look at. And you notice changes in the land use, there's construction, farming, or runoff, or you have concerns about local contaminants from nearby industrial or waste sites, your well was recently flooded or damaged, and the well runs dry, or the amount of water flowing from your fixture changes. And we talked about a lot of the different contaminants can be in there and what to do. If there are contaminants, stop using your water. Use bottled water, preparing food, making ice. If the water shows contaminants in your well water, or you suspect it could be contaminated, then you need to restore your private well. And you can check your well area for damage, repair and flush, disinfect your well water, and test your water to assure suitable quality for all households. And you can contact your area health department for help. That all being said, that's a good idea, but you need to get your water professionally tested so that you make sure that everything is 100% safe and that all of your water is quality drinking water for your well, for yourself and for your family.